Thank you for joining us on Data Cloud Now, where we bring you the latest in all things data in business and industry. Today, we are exploring how companies can modernize their data stack. Now let's hand things over to our DCN correspondent, Gautam Srinivasan in Bangalore, India. Enjoy.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Gautam Srinivasan, and welcome to Data Cloud Now. Joining me in a talk to understand how companies can modernize their data stack with enterprise data observability is Ashwin Rajiva, co-founder and CTO at Acceldata. Ashwin, fantastic to have you on the show. I'm going to start with statistics, but it's not to bore you. Every year, organizations are estimated to spend, I think $13 million is that figure they spend, and that's lost because of poor quality of data. And that's where players like you come in, where you help improve the data quality, the data throughput, the data effectiveness of your customers. And you are a pioneer in this space. So I want to understand how you took advantage of that lead.
First, Gautam, thank you. Thanks for having me here. Super excited to talk to you about, this exciting new space we are a part of. You're right. Like, we've been in the data space I've been in the data space for almost, a decade now, building data architectures, data pipelines for some of the biggest companies out there. And what ends up happening more often than not, that a lot of enterprises spend an enormous amount of time and money to, create the data pipeline, set up a data engineering team, and the outcome of this is always been kind of muted because of bad quality of data or, badly written pipelines or the general talent which is available to execute these operations. So we've kind of been always a customer-centric first company, right? And our mission always has been to provide complete data observability. So businesses, instead of spending a lot of time on debugging or solving data issues and reliability issues, can essentially, work on building great products and relationships. And we take care of making sure, that the data pipeline is working smoothly so they can kind of focus on delivering better user outcomes.
All right. I'm interested in knowing if the experience varies across sectors, because Acceldata's mission is to provide complete data observability so businesses can focus on growing their revenue by building great products and, of course, consumer relationships. But when we look across sectors, say technology forward sectors like telecom, to considerably lagging sectors like, let's say, healthcare, how does that experience vary?
The bottom line, Gautam, is that, every company across sectors wants to be data-driven right now. And the only thing which kind of holds them back in our experience is the speed at which they can execute, which is a function of their organization structure, and also, the availability of talent and how it's structured. We work with some of the largest organizations out there. So some of our customers are household names, right? PhonePe, which is, household name in India, Oracle, PubMatic, which is a ad tech company, and a couple of telecom companies as well. And one pattern we have seen that everybody wants to become data-driven. So for PhonePe, their whole idea was that they wanted to keep their data local. They set up their own data center. They were running a data platform, running into issues. They have an excellent technical team. We came in and we made sure that for the last 18 months or now, they have not had any serious data incidents, right? For other companies in different sectors, the optimization points might be slightly different, right? Somebody is focusing on compute and infrastructure stability. A lot of companies are looking at data quality, like you mentioned, as the key point where they want to improve. And many companies generally need to have an idea of what their entire data pipeline and their entire structure looks like. So what we've done is being like customer focused from day one, talking to customers across different sectors, finding out what is it they want to achieve as a part of their data initiative. And most often than not, over these last 4.5 years that we've been working with, all these customers, we have tried to find common points where we can build capabilities. So as a company, what we have done, we have concentrated on 3 things. 1, computer infrastructure stability and observability. Data observability, which includes data access patterns, data security, data quality, and other aspects. And third is end-to-end visibility. And what we have found is that all enterprises across sectors need one, few, or all of these capabilities Either they need it right now for someone like a PhonePe, which is technically mature. And like you said, for some lagging sectors, they probably want a piecemeal approach where they want to, build these capabilities over time. So our job as a vendor, as a technology partner to some of these companies, has always been a lot of talking to the customers and, the stakeholders and making sure that we build the right capabilities, practice, and delivery mechanism, which includes, solutions to some of the largest enterprises in one package.
We are at Snowflake's Data Cloud World Tour, so I want to understand from you, how is Acceldata helping its customers maximize their returns on their Snowflake investment?
That's a great question. So, being around for so long, I've seen this pattern change, right? So we had the days of, ETL and Cognos and BI reporting, and then we moved on to Hadoop, which was the next big thing. And now if you look at the world, how it's changing is compute, storage, memory is not so expensive anymore. And the cloud providers and cloud native providers like Snowflake and, even others have taken massive advantage of this. And what they provide is unbelievable scalability on the cloud as available and unbelievable, use of, ease of use for their platforms. Acceldata wants to do the same, right? So we are a technology agnostic company, and we understand that some of the largest enterprises, they wish to move to the cloud. They want to be cloud native. They want to move to Snowflake, but it's not easy because they have years and years worth of, data sitting in the data centers. So we've, taken an approach where we build solutions across the stack. So we build solutions for customers who have hybrid data lakes, are completely on the cloud with Snowflake, or maybe on the data center. And what we make sure that as you move your infrastructure from something which is in your data centers into Snowflake, you don't lose the optimization which you had already provided. And in the cloud, a largest focus of optimization, as you know, is cloud cost, right? How do you get the most out of the amount of money that you're spending on something like a Snowflake? So what we want to do with our customers is to make sure that when they move to Snowflake and when they operationalize their Snowflake, business dashboards, etc., they can be sure that they're getting the most bang for their buck, right? Because cloud is terribly expensive. And so we built in our product suite, we want to make sure that the customers have all the information they need, whether it's infrastructure, compute, cost, query analysis, data quality, data pipeline views, to make sure that, like I said, they're getting bang for the buck.
All right. And speaking of bang for the buck, how has your experience building Acceldata with your co-founders kind of shaped your thinking on getting the right value of data from systems?
That's an interesting question because, when we started out, we believe that the set of problems which an enterprise faces or any company faces as the part of their data transformation is a finite set, right? And what we've come to learn over the last few years is that that's not really true, because every sector has their own and every customer has their own, twist to the story, right? So you can't go in and say, hey, this is a toolkit, put in some queries and I'll give you data quality runs every day. That doesn't work. What really works is to provide a broad range of capabilities, right, across different aspects of what a data command center should be. So we've kind of, realized that as we start working with customers, as we grow our team and as we build our capabilities, what we want to do is to make sure we build a platform which can fulfill the promise of data observability, which is essentially saying that, hey, you as a company concentrate on building data products, which is every company's mandate these days. And we as a platform provider and technology partner will make sure that all your data pipelines, every single data product that you build is immaculate and is at the highest quality which you could deliver, right? So you go to market faster and you leave the hairy data pipeline stuff to us.
All right, that's your blueprint for how data observability supports and augments existing and modern data management architectures. Ashwin, thank you so much for giving us the inside story for how the world is evolving in terms of looking at the value of data and are looking at expanding and, of course, having a great relationship with partners like you who leave them with all the bandwidth free to do what they do best.
Thank you, Gautam. Pleasure is all mine.
All right, and of course, thank you to all of our viewers who have tuned in to watch. Stay with us as we bring you more insights from the Data Cloud World Tour India series.